Yeah, so what do we do on Sunday morning when all the churches are closed up? Well, mine is anyway, so I guess you do a couple of things. So here's the first thing I did. I baked bread, and I do it all the time. Let me go back a little bit. So, look at this. I mean, it's hot. It just came out. Look at this. That's so great. Okay, so I'm doing an experiment, okay? So this was in a different pan, so that's a little different. Okay, so I'm doing an experiment, and so you know you can't find bread flour anywhere. Well, the good kind. You can't find King Arthur, and you can't find red meal. So I had some red meal, and that's my favorite kind. I like King Arthur too, but I like the red meal artisan bread flour. I think does the best. And so that's what this one was made with right here. So this one right here, so a while back I went to Costco, and they have, I think it's called Harvest Grain bread flour. This is unbleached and this is bleached. And so I would imagine that unbleached is much better for you than bleached. But anyway, I went ahead and got it. And it was 50 pounds for $13. And this right here is like, for one bag, is about $6. And so anyway, I'm doing an experiment. I'm gonna see which one tastes the best. So this is the Harvest Grain, and this is the red meal. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So after it later, after it cools off, I'm gonna cut them and see. But anyway, okay. So here's what else I'm doing. Now my hands are greasy. Okay, let me wipe my hands off. Okay. So, okay, what else do I do on a Sunday morning? Well, I make more journals. So, little journals out of napkins. And these are just so fun to make. I guess I'm just a little obsessed with them because I think the napkins are so pretty. So, here, let me get this. Okay. So here we go. So here they are. So that's a napkin. That's a napkin. And that's a napkin. And so I fused it onto cardstock, and I used this cute little enclosure here. This is a little thing that says love. I thought that was really cute. This is a disc enclosure that I learned, I saw how to do this from Wendy's, her name, she's great. Her name is, her site is Wendy's Journal Adventure. And she's great. She shows you how to do all of these things, and it's just fun. I love watching her videos. She just seems like to be a wonderful person. So here's this one. This is one right here. This is a label that I got from My Porch Prints. I mean, there's so many digital downloads you can get on Etsy. So anyway, there's that one. Now, here's this one. I decided to make this one. I love these crinkled, I think it's seam binding, but it's all crinkled up, and I love it like that. So here's this one. Here's this one, and it's just, this one actually opens up this way. I'll show you. And I've just got coffee dyed paper in it that I do use a stencil with the coffee dyed paper. I'll show you. I might have a couple of, so here's one like there that has polka dots. There's another one. Let's see, they're all, and I use all sorts of stencils, They're so fun. They really are so fun. So I put a little pocket here. Actually, you know what I did? This one is fabric. This is canvas. I did this one with I fused canvas onto, I used heat bond and I fused canvas onto this napkin. And you know what? I think I like it the best. But I had forgotten to, actually, before I sewed it, I guess I should have put that down in there so you won't see it. So I already sewed everything, so I'm like, okay, what should I do to cover up where I glue that on? So anyway, I made a little pocket, a little tuck thing right there. So here's this one, and this is another label for that. I put it in Photoshop actually, and typed notes. So there's that one. I think this is really pretty fabric, and I mean napkin. And so here's the third one I made, and I thought this was beautiful, beautiful napkin here. So same thing, My Porch Prints labels and crinkly seam binding here. And here's what I did for this. I don't know if you can see this. Might not show it. But this paper is green. I sprayed the paper with green food coloring, just very lightly. And look how pretty that turned out right there. That's a stencil. The way I do that, actually, where the stencils will come up, you lay your paper down and you can squirt a piece of paper. I just use cheap copy paper is what I use. So then you put your stencil down and then you squirt it so the stencil gets all, you know, gets a lot of the liquid on it too, the spray on it too, and then you put another piece of paper, and that usually gives you the clear print right there. So anyway, that's what I did for this one. And along these same lines, you know, I'm making Owen's, our little 2-year-old grandchild, who's having a little sister coming, and so I did go ahead and make his book, and I showed you in another video how I glued the covers on, so you can probably go check that out. A couple of videos ago where I think it said making Caroline's journal. So anyway, I did go ahead and glue these down, and so I can get ready to start putting his papers in too. So I don't know what end pages I'm going to use yet, but really it's best to wait and do that last, because I probably will make an enclosure out of this fabric so you can tie it, because they will get bulky, you know, so it does need to close up. So anyway, this is for Owens with his tools that he loves, and I'll show you, this is so fun what I did for his journal. So I sprayed, look at this. I mean, I just love these papers after you spray them, and you can put them in the oven at 195 and it'll get them all dried out pretty quickly, fairly quickly. So it does take some time to do it, but for me it's kind of fun. I really do think it's fun. But I'll show you some of the ones that I thought turned out. Look at this one. Now, what happened here, I did spray it with blue. I had blue food coloring, but these were the colors that were left on the stencil. So how cool is that? Isn't that beautiful? Gosh, I just thought that was great. And then on the back, you can kind of see it too. So I had some stencils. I've got tons of stencils because I think I even have a stencil class and spraying the pages. I think I've even got a class on that's in that Lollapalooza. It's one of those Lollapalooza classes that I have. If you want to know where my classes are, I'll put a link at the bottom. And again, if you have taken any of my classes and you can't find them on creative workshops that actually closed up their doors, so I had to put all of I had to create a blog, and I put them all on a blog because I did tell everyone that it's a lifetime access. And it is, I guess, as long as my life lives anyway. So anyway, just contact me. You can leave me a message down under here, or a comment, or just let me know if you've taken any classes and you would like to have those. I will send you the link and the password, so you can also, if you want to buy any of those classes, they're for sale. They're all $35. I think they're a good value because there are lots of videos and lots of things I teach you. So, but anyway, so this is for Owens. This is going to go in his book. These will be the papers that go in his book. And there were some. These, I thought that was pretty cool too. That's a stencil that's just more a boy stencil. You know, I've got a lot of flower stencils, but I certainly didn't want flower stencils. So this is one of those Tim Holtz, I think it's a clock type thing, so I thought that was good. Look at this one. How cool is that? See, it had a little bit of something that was on this stencil from probably many, many years ago. So there's that. Now here's one. This is just sprayed, no stencil. I thought that was really pretty too. It's just sprayed. Now I have ironed all of these, and so that's why they're fairly flat. You know, look at this one with the gears. I thought that would be a good one for a boy. And here's a little bit of whatever was left on that stencil. This is a pretty cool one too. These are more graphic looking for a little boy, I think, and that's a gear stencil. Here, this one's pretty cool too. I thought that turned out pretty cool. And you can also do ABCs. And again, you put down your paper, and then you put your stencil upside down, spray it, and then you put the paper on top, and then it comes out like that. I thought that's they'll all be folded. This is gonna be the size. They'll all be folded this size. So I think it's gonna be some pretty cool pages. Look at this one. I just love these. I just think they turned out great. Here's another one pretty cool. Had some ink from a previous spraying from probably many years ago. So here we go. These are all, I mean, it just goes on and on. So I might just pick out the best ones that I like. Of course, I like them all. Look at this one. This one touched the bottom of the stove, and apparently it burned it a little bit. But that's kind of cool too, isn't it? So anyway, this is what I'm doing on a Sunday. Let's see, it's afternoon now, Sunday afternoon. So I will let you know, if you're bread bakers, this bread is just an Amish friendship bread. And yeah, you do have to use a starter. And so I think we'll see how this one is. It sure does smell good. And so we'll see which one tastes the best. The expensive flour and the unbleached flour, or the very economical, not expensive flour that's bleached. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know. Y'all have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.